Good morning, beautiful beings and friends and yogis. Thank you so much for being here today for a Sunday morning yoga flow. So let's get started today just by talking about the theme of our practice. So I wanted to bring in the thought and idea that the human experience, we all know, is a little messy. It's a little messed up, effed up, whatever you want to say. There's the good, the bad, the ugly, and there's this dynamic that is always moving through our lives, through our relationships, and yet there's this human natural tendency to perfect, to sterilize, to flawless, to make something flawless, errorless, to almost find a robotic nature to humanity where we're fixed into a certain pattern of, I guess, perfection, if that was even possible, and to not have any movement or flow between a little bit of a mess and then cleaning it up, and then a problem, and then finding the solution, and just knowing that there's that natural ebb and flow for a reason, because we're learning, we're breathing, we're moving, we're dynamic beings, and we're meant to flow through these experiences and grow through these experiences. And without the good, the bad, the ugly, then we don't, and more importantly, the hard stuff, that we miss out on the entire experience of being human and why we're here. So even though we have that notion of being perfect, of being flawless, of making our faces perfect, our houses perfect, our bodies perfect, our lives perfect, our children's perfect, our gardens perfect, we can take a big deep breath and realize that we're totally allowed to be the mess, and we can let go. So our practice today is about letting go of the status quo, of what's expected of us, of ourselves, and just let it be as it is, because there is a perfection in that alone. And if it wasn't, it wouldn't be here. So there's a trust and a faith in being messy and loose. It's a loosening, it's a letting go rather than rigidity. Now, there's a good thing to have boundaries, but it's not a good thing to be held so tight that we're concrete blocks and there's nothing getting in and getting out. That's not human, and we're not learning very much. We're stagnant and we don't get very far. So let's make this journey about being ourselves, whatever that may be, wherever that may be, and let's do it together. So with that, go ahead and find your seat. In your seat, we'll bring our hands to our thighs, draw up nice and tall. Maybe close into the eyes. We'll find just a moment here to arrive, relax into the shoulders, and drawing all your attention, energy, focus into this present moment. Finding your connection to the earth, anchoring in to where you are here right now, and wherever that is, being there. As we collect our presence, kind of like the way that feels and sounds. Different ways to collect our presence. So that's just keeping our awareness rooted and connected to this moment in time. Find your seat in the floor and keep bringing your awareness back to that place. Find where your heart is and breathe here. I am here now with love. Choose to be here now with love. And let that fill you up, fill your body with your inhale, with your breath. And let you release the hold. So relax those grasps, the need to control and keep things perfect. Let it go, shake it out. You might even shake it really out. Shake your body if you want. You might find a flow, a movement, or you might just continue to follow your breath, drawing up tall, and exhale, sinking into your seat. Or shaking it out. 2 more breaths. And last one here, rising tall, and exhale, let it go. Open into the eyes, take a look around. Let's find our breath with our movement and blend it all into one single unit. As we inhale, let's draw up, lengthening up, 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 reaching up. Find your gaze, pause here. Exhale, we'll press the palms down, sweep them down, full breath, slow it down, be present. So we're not trying to accomplish anything, we're just being here. Inhale, we draw tall. Exhale, we press down. Maybe the gaze draws down. And maybe your gaze stays centered. You don't have to move your neck every time either. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press the palms down. Let's find the fingertips to the floor. Thumb forward, fingers back. Draw the shoulders back. Open and lift the heart. Gaze draws up. Exhale, bring yourself right back center. We'll find our left palm to the floor or to a block or to your fingertips, whatever feels right today, and it might change. Inhale, we'll sweep the right arm out and all the way up. Maybe you bend into this arm in the floor, into that elbow, to give yourself a little more depth as you draw the arm up and over. Pause here. Maybe you have a little bend in the elbow. In fact, let's bend into the elbow and bring the palm behind the head. Press the head into the palm, not the palm into the head. This way we open into the chest and draw that elbow back. We might even bring our gaze up and look at our elbow. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and sweep that elbow forward. Keep the full palm into the floor here so you have full support as you draw the elbow down toward your leg, toward your knee, toward the earth as your belly button maybe draws in. And on the inhale, we'll open back up like we're a little butterfly, opening into the heart, finding space. Maybe the gaze draws up. Smile. Beautiful. Exhale, sweep down and in, belly button to spine. Nice and slow. Full inhale draws us up. We'll pause there. Bring your gaze toward your elbow. See if you can draw the elbow back just a little more. And then from here, maybe you can reach the arm nice and long. If it works for you, check in. Nice deep stretch. We'll sweep the arm all the way forward, all the way over the other side. Right side now, right palm to floor, reaching over, maybe just a little. Maybe you still have a nice bend here in the elbow, that's okay. In fact, let's bend into the elbow and bring that palm behind the head. Press the head into the palm. Find some space throughout the front of the body. Draw the shoulders apart, elbow back, and then bring your gaze up. Pressing fully into the fingers, the palm, the knuckles of your right hand. Exhale, we'll sweep the elbow forward as we draw our gaze down. Belly button draws in. So everything comes inward, and then we share. Open and release. We're creating space, drawing the shoulders up and, apart, away from each other, away from the ear. Exhale, sweep back in. Beautiful. Inhale, let's do it one more time. Rise all the way up. And as we drop, bring your gaze up, draw that elbow back. Maybe you release the palm from the head and reach those fingertips out and away. Breathe into your side body. Make that connection. And then exhale, we'll sweep over, other side, side body stretch. Feel whatever feels right for you. Maybe it's reaching up toward the sky. Maybe it's reaching over or behind the head, and then sweep over. So we're just taking this opportunity to make this a little fluid. So again, not into one place. We're not fixed. We move, we bend, we flow. So take this opportunity. Follow your breath. Breath is life. Let it be full and complete. One last cycle of breath wherever you are. Here's getting away today. And then we'll meet in the middle. Relax into the shoulders. Let them be nice and soft. Take a little minute here. In fact, let's just get a little warm up, just through the upper body, and then we'll get down to the lower half here. So let's go ahead and spider crawl our right fingertips out again, and then bring your left ear to your left shoulder and find that lengthening through the right side of the neck. That feels good. You might rock the chin or just stay where you are. Relax into your thighs. If you're holding and gripping, see where that's at and let it go. You might even draw your chin back a little more. And then exhale. Let's bring it all the way forward toward the chest. And then inhale back up to center. Let's do the other side. We'll bring the right hand. Well, actually, let's take a little wiggle into the wrist while we're here. So just remembering who we, like where we are and how everything is a part of that. So everything needs a little attention. Coming into the wrist, into the fingers, a little wiggles. And then we'll do the other side. Right hand rests, left fingers crawl out, find the fingertips to the floor, sit up nice and tall. Right ear, right shoulder, take a pause, find your breath. Draw the chin back just slightly, ever so slightly. Big deep inhale. You might draw the chin back a little more if it feels right. Just feel that stretch a little differently, a little more deeply, more pronounced. And then exhale. We'll draw the chin down toward the chest. And back to center. Take just a little pause here. We're now going to bring out our right leg long. So sit up nice and tall, but it's not Janu Shirshasana quite. It is and it isn't, but some would call it that. But it's a half butterfly. So the leg's out a little wide in this situation. So we have a wide stance. We'll sit into our mat still, pressing into the earth, growing nice and tall. And then we'll draw our right hand all the way down, well, not all the way, wherever it lands, right? On this right shin, somewhere along the front or the inside. The toes can come up toward the sky. And we have a little diagonal line happening here. So what we're going to do now is see if you can reach that left arm out, stretch the fingertips away, and then inhale, sweep the palm up. And then exhale, we're going to kind of reverse direction. Instead of being open in the chest, we're going to begin to draw the chest forward as the palm draws down, belly button draws in, and this palm begins to draw down to the floor, maybe to the fingertips or the palm. Exhale, begin to relax yourself into the earth and sink down. Wherever down is for you, you can bend into that right knee. Inhale, you might come up halfway, flat back, draw the shoulders down and back. Exhale, go ahead and round into your forward fold. Maybe the chin draws toward the chest. Stay here for a breath. On your next inhale, we'll come back up tall or halfway. Push your right hand into your shin here or onto the earth, whatever works for you. We'll lift that left arm out, reach the fingertips forward, get a nice stretch here. Gaze can be down if the neck is crunched in the back or whatever works. We'll begin to sweep this left arm all the way back up until we can reach toward the sky. Reach, reach, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, we'll sweep back up. How do you feel? Relax into your shoulders. Let's do the other side. Bring the right foot in, left leg out long. Ooh, that feels good. You know when you're tight on one side when it feels like, ah. So you might find again a block, just a bend, whatever works for you. Sit up nice and tall. Relax into the shoulders. Let it go. Keeping that left toes up, we'll draw the toes up and just kind of press out, engage a little bit if you'd like. We'll sweep our left hand down the leg to wherever it lands. We have a nice diagonal stretch here so we can reach the right arm out long. Point the fingertips out and away. Half life force reach. And that's from another yogi who's a lovely teacher. We'll sweep the right arm up, up, up. But then exhale, we're actually going to draw inward, pressing the palm down, bringing our belly toward our thighs or thigh or toward the earth, fingertips toward the floor. And see what you can do here. You might draw your belly button back and be able to sink here a little bit, drawing down and in, even with the flat back. On an inhale, rise halfway, drawing the shoulders down to the best of your ability. Exhale, sink and round in, forward fold. Maybe a nice bend in this left leg. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. On your next inhale, we'll come up halfway, flat back. press your left palm into your left shin or onto the floor, whatever works. We'll lift the right palm off of the earth. Maybe the gaze is drawn down if you're crunching into the back of the neck, and just draw those fingers out and away. You'll feel that nice stretch all the way up from hip, through even the ribs, out from the shoulder, through the arm, and the fingertips will begin to sweep all the way up until we reach the sky. You may even sink yourself down a little more into that left leg as you reach and look up. Smile. And then exhale, we'll come back up to center. How do you feel? Great, let's bring ourselves nice and wide. Maybe it's not this wide, maybe it's half bent. It doesn't really matter as long as you're here now, right? It can be a little messy, it can be a little imperfect, and today might be perfect and tomorrow might just totally suck. And the whole idea here is that we're bending and flowing and moving with whatever may come, whatever arises, and that brings well-being in our life, that brings stability, and that brings really ultimate peace. So here we are. Thank you for being here with me. With that, we'll kind of press up tall, see how this feels in your body, however it is for you. Find those sit bones into the earth and direct line from them, from your tailbone. So you want to maybe draw that tailbone a little bit. Crown up, chin parallel to the floor. And the distractions arise too, so we make room for those. On your next inhale, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open. We're going to bring or draw our left hand down our left leg, just like we did before. Maybe you have a bend, maybe you have a block. We're going to pause here, reach our right arm out, 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 fingertips reach, sweep it up, 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 just like we did before. Follow your breath. Exhale, press the palm down. We're going to find our belly over our thigh or somewhere in that direction as we draw in and down toward our long leg. Toes up toward the sky. See if you can sink here for just a breath. Inhale, rise halfway, flat back, shoulders down. Exhale, belly down and in. Relax into your forward fold. 2 breaths. On your next inhale, press into your left. Go ahead and just press up so you can find that flat back. Left hand is going to find your left shin or wherever it can land. We're going to begin to lift the right palm off the earth and sweep it forward, reaching the fingertips. Nice long stretch here, and then begin to sweep it up, 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 up. Look up toward the sky. Ooh, I saw a dragonfly. 2 dragonflies. Big inhale here. Exhale back to center. Take a pause, take a breath, rise tall, relax into the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale, right hand down the right leg. Just like we did before. Sweep the left arm out long, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, we'll begin to draw the left palm up toward the sky. Ooh, this feels good too, looking forward. So see what feels right for your neck. You might do it a little different. You might even take a side stretch. See what feels right for your body. And give yourself that freedom to scribble outside the lines, to be a little messy. Inhale up, and then exhale. You might take that side stretch and then press that palm down. Your body moves a little bit just to draw in over that right leg. Sinking in, belly toward the thigh, toward the mat, whatever works. Round in. Inhale, halfway up tall, shoulders back, flat back, chin down. Exhale, back in, rounding forward, chin toward the chest, crown toward the earth, belly button to spine, sink. We'll stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, on your next breath, press into the earth. You can actually walk center. Take this pause here. You might even be able to walk your fingertips out a little bit now that we've been here a little bit. Maybe the insides of your arms here under the elbow draws in. Maybe you can sit up, tuck the chin, look down toward the earth, nice flat back. You might notice yourself begin to find the palms or even the forearms, but you want to keep those sit bones down. So check in. Maybe the chin draws in toward the chest, maybe not. Relax into your forward fold stretch. We'll pause here. Toes are still up toward the sky, and you feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs, a nice release in the back and the neck and the head. You might take a flow or a sway or a rock. And then on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and press up tall. See how you feel. Whew, let's bring the legs in. That feels nice. Let's even bring the feet together. Sit up tall. Just take a relaxed Baddha Konasana. Come back to your breath. And let's get into the core a little bit. So we'll bring the knees in. Okay. So let's see if we can bring the knees up, feet to the floor, and we'll bring the hands forward, reaching with and then we'll kind of lean back so we get a little bit of that core. So feel in a little bit of that engagement into the core, and then draw forward, the arms draw out wide. And then inhale, we'll draw back, hold the core, build that fire. Exhale out wide. Great, let's do a few more. Inhale, we'll sweep back, feel into that lean, nice strong back, strong core. This will help to stabilize, strengthen our body, keep us strong. Inhale, or exhale rather. And inhale, last one, let's hold here. We'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay strong, 1. Go ahead and drape over your leg here. Rounding into the spine, let your back body relax. Find your breath here. On your next inhale, rise. We're going to bring the legs long in front of us. We're going to bring the legs long in front of us here. And we're going to take a Matsyasana fish pose. So to open up through the front of the body, we've done a lot of forward folds. So let's see if we can bring our palms behind us, fingers reaching the opposite, on the back to the back of the room. Fingers toward the back of the room, wrists forward. We're going to point the toes, draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades toward each other as we open and lift the heart forward. Maybe the gaze can draw up, or maybe the chin draws down, but either way, the front body is opening, creating space through the front of the body. Find your breath and stay connected. And then exhale. That's a modified fish, so hopefully that was okay. We're going to see if we can draw it forward and do something a little fun. So let's bend into this right knee. When you bend into this knee, well, you might even draw the foot up a little more. So depending on where you are with your body, let's take a twist while we're here. So while we're here, we're going to hug our left arm around our right leg. We're going to keep our back hand where it is, and then see if we can just draw our gaze back and over our shoulder. Let's stay here. You want to be nice and tall and lifted. Exhale, lead with the heart. Go deeper. And whenever you're ready, you can come back forward. Let this right knee come out, left foot come into your inner thigh. Now you are in a Janu Shirshasana position. Let's see if we can lean forward into a forward fold here, however you like. Drawing in, bend into the knee, rounded back, flat back, what works for you? On your next breath, we'll rise. Playing with this position still, we'll bring this right knee back in. We'll see if we can grab hold of the foot and then press out as long as we can. Even if there's a bend, that's okay. You might hold the back, great. Sit up nice and tall, or reach the arm all the way back. You might even begin to bring your gaze back, and then you'll notice your body begin to go back. And then exhale, back center, bend into your knee. Let your foot find the floor. Leg goes out long. We'll do the other side, and I'll switch so you can see both sides. How exciting. Let's go ahead and bend into our left knee. Foot finds the floor. We're going to take a twist first. So we're going to wrap around with the opposite arm like we're giving our leg a big hug. We're going to bring our left fingertips to the earth, or perhaps your palm if that works for you. Sit up nice and tall, and then see if you can draw your heart back, followed by your gaze. If you feel anything a little sticky, icky, you might pull out just a little. Find your breath. Stay connected. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and exhale, release the hold. We'll bring the knee out wide. Foot is into the inner thigh for that Janu Shirshasana position. We'll sit up nice and tall, then exhale, pour forward in whatever way works. We've done several forward folds. Find one to draw yourself over that front long leg and stay. Pause. Let go of the need to do. On your next breath, go ahead and draw yourself up. We'll bring this knee in. And if you can do it with me, let's see if we can do it. We'll lift this foot up off the floor. You might have a bend in the knee, and you might even hold on from the shin if that's where you are today, so just check in and see what works. It's about you, your body, your experience, so adjust as you need. You can press out into the foot to get long if that's available for you. You might find the palms behind you. This is where you could be today, and that could be perfect. If you'd like, you can lift that back arm and reach. You might even look back, draw the arm back a little more. Find that equal and opposing pull, reaching the arm, pressing into the foot, and yet harmony. Exhale, go ahead, we'll release back, and well done. We'll bring the leg out long. Let's flip. Let's find ourselves in a tabletop position. Palms underneath the shoulders, hips, knees underneath the hips. And let's take a few cat-cows here. So if you've never done a cat-cow, you can watch or go ahead and begin on your own if you've done this before, but you want to make sure that your palms and everything throughout your fingers, everything's pressing and gripped into the floor, and that the tailbone is reaching away from the crown and your shoulders are in place. From here, we'll begin to find our breath. As we inhale, we'll draw up, belly drop, shoulders draw back. And as we exhale, press into the earth. As the crown and the tailbone draw in, rounding through the back, chin to chest. Following your breath, continue to flow. Feel free to add whatever you want to your flow. So scribble outside the lines today. When I round in, I'm going to press back and find a child's pose. See what feels right for you. Two more cycles of breath wherever you are, pressing into your mat. Let your breath be your guide. Last cycle. Come back to center, flat back. Here, I'll tuck my shirt in a little bit so I don't look quite as big as a balloon. Okay, we're gonna bring our right leg, let me scoot forward a little bit so you can see me. And actually we'll start with our left leg back. So we'll start with our left leg back, and let's just take a nice little rock forward. Feel that nice stretch underneath the toes and that pressing back into the heel as we get a nice stretch through the whole back of the leg, the calf, the hamstring, and even pumping into that calf is excellent for the body. Ooh, I could do this all day. Grind a little bit in those toes, and look at my back arching. So good for me to see myself. I need a flat back. It's good to see yourself. Of course, it's not always available. With that being said, let's go ahead and pause here. Find a neutral stance. We'll press in with the left palm throughout the fingertips so that we can lift on this right side and begin to sweep the right arm up and draw it up toward the sky. Gaze follows. Pause here. Finding your breath. We'll inhale, reach, and exhale, sweep back in. Left leg meets the right, pressing back into your child's pose. Maybe you can flip. Draw the arms back, flip the palms, give yourself a little moment off of your wrist. On your next inhale, rise. We'll come back to center, do the other side. Let's bring our right leg back, rock forward and back, pressing into the heel, rocking into those toes. In the feet, there's some crazy amount of nerve endings and reflexes that stimulate areas of the body that are associated with those reflexes. So getting into the feet is always good. Whenever you're ready and you feel nice and loose, we'll press into the earth, find a stable neutral stance, press into your right hand throughout into the fingertips, lift the left palm off of the mat, and sweep the left arm all the way up. Gaze follows, find your fingertips reaching toward the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep back in, right knee meets the left. Back into your child's pose. Maybe we flip the palms up this time and sink your forehead toward the earth. One more breath here. Oh, hi, 1 second. So we had a little visitor, but that's okay. We're all ready to come up from our child's pose. We'll come back into our tabletop position. And let's take a minute just to get into the hips. So let yourself get fluid here. Roll into the hips if you want to. Roll in and out. And maybe the other way. If it becomes too much on your wrist and you just don't feel like giving it your all today, go ahead and come onto your forearms or into fists. And whenever you're ready, we'll bring our hands a little more forward than maybe we normally would. And we'll begin to draw the hips forward, and then press the hips back. Get long through the back body, through the arms and into the fingertips. Woo, through the lower back. Excellent stretch here. And then inhale, we'll go ahead and draw forward. Maybe we can draw our hips toward the mat a little more. And as you do that, the elbows draw in and start to bend. So just kind of playing with how this feels in your own body. And if it doesn't feel right to come all the way forward, you surely don't have to. But whenever you're ready and whenever the time feels right, you might bring your elbows in, hugging the elbows in, bend into your elbows and draw all the way down toward the earth. Maybe you can find your cheek toward the mat, and maybe let's just bring our palms down and let yourself just find peace. Whenever you're ready, we'll press into the mat, sitting up. We'll find Sphinx pose. So we'll press the feet into the earth. We'll also be pressing our forearms, palms, and elbows, shoulders right above the elbows, and look ahead up to the top of the mat here. Everything's pressing in and engaged. Press in and in. It's almost as if you're pressing in and down and lifting high and up. And then exhale, we'll just find yourselves all the way down. We're going to do something a little different here. So doing that same motion of pressing into the earth, lifting our upper body, I want to draw the arms forward. I wonder if you can see me there. Let's draw the arms forward. Gaze is down, and as we inhale, let's see if we can lift the front half of the body off of the earth and coming into a cactus into the arms. So as we inhale and lift, draw the arms back into cactus. Exhale, release back forward, tuck the chin nice and long. Inhale, lift, elbows draw back, shoulder blades together, strong back. Exhale, release forward, arms reach, chin to chest. 2 more, press into the earth, inhale, reach and lift. Feel that engagement in the lower back, into the glutes even. Exhale, release forward, chin to chest. Last one, inhale, lift, pull, exhale, left cheek now, relax into the earth and let your body and back body especially, let it go. While we got our hearts beating, let's not quit. So let's Let's do a little, we're gonna press up into our tabletop position, and then we're gonna walk back onto our knees and just take a minute. Let's sweep the arms out. You might find yourself all the way down. You might find yourself halfway up. Just check in. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, press the palms down. Maybe the gaze draws down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press the palms down. 2 more. Last one. Sweep the arms up, pressing palms into each other. Exhale, hands to heart. Gaze is down toward your fingertips, and just take a pause here to connect with yourself. And wherever you are in your life, wherever you are in your journey, let it be perfect as it is. And I really shouldn't use the word perfect, but I love the idea that we can be perfect imperfectly. Whenever you are ready, go ahead. We're going to inhale, but this time we're going to draw up, sweep up. I don't think you can see my arms. I'm sad about that. So maybe I won't sweep up, but feel free to sweep all the way up. And maybe I'll just come back so you can still see me. I'll take a little back bend so you can still see me. And then we're going to exhale, draw back into your child's pose. Following your breath, keep with me. Inhale, rise, tabletop position. Exhale, curl the toes under, press the hips back and up. You might have a bend in the knee, and then press your belly back toward your thighs as the gaze draws between the legs. Maybe the heels find the floor, maybe they don't, but the idea is the hips are reaching for the sky. Inhale, we'll bend into the knees, find our tabletop position. Exhale, we'll come back to our knees. So we're gonna do that maybe 3 times. So I'll do a few cues, but go ahead and find your breath and follow along. So I'll cue the first one at least. So we'll inhale, come up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Press back. Inhale, bend into the knees, tabletop. Exhale, back to our knees. Relax into the shoulders. Twice more on your own, following your breath. Full inhales, complete exhales, all the way out. Inhale. As you can see in this video, things just don't go perfectly, and at first I was a little upset. The second interruption, and I said, life is imperfect, it's a little messy, so let's keep it up. Hopefully you were just following your own breath. Last one here. Just a couple more things. Hopefully we're all available for that. So we're going to try a low lunge today. So coming up onto your knees, hopefully you can still see me here. I'm going to bring my right leg forward. Pause there and just have both hands pressed into your thigh, press into the earth. Maybe the toes back here are curled, and give yourself the stability and support that you need. Sit up tall, relax into the shoulders. Great. From here we're going to play with this. So let's see if we can get my knee right here. We're going to see if we can reach the arms forward. And then I'm going to sweep my left arm back. See if I can sweep back, look back, just like if I was in a warrior 2. Exhale back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Reach the right arm back. This is more of a revolve twist. Get deep and reach back. Exhale back back, center. Excellent. Now we're going to get a little tricky. We're going to see if we can come long into that front leg. Long back if you can. Some people get really deep into it. And whenever you're ready, we'll come back and heel toe this foot all the way back to where we started. We'll come up, sitting on our knees. Take a pause, sweep the arms up, inhale, and exhale down. And again, inhale, rise. Fingers lift toward the sky. Exhale, let it go. Nice. Always coming back to that central neutral place and then operating from there. We'll go ahead and bring our left foot forward. We're now in our low lunge on the other side. Pause here and see how you feel. Once you feel stable, we'll reach our arms forward as if we're in maybe in a warrior one, as if that would be the case. We'll then, with our arms reached, you don't need to really jut out forward, just stay central, and then we'll begin to sweep the right arm all the way back, opening through the front of the body as the arm sweeps back, and maybe the gaze can follow. Reach, 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 as the front foot is pressing into the earth. And exhale, back center. One more here. Inhale, sweep back. Other side, revolve, twist. Exhale, back center. Maybe you're not as fast as I am today. I'm doing it fast because my knees do not love this. Exhale, will come down and let that front leg come long. If you can, or maybe it's a nice deep bend, whatever works, just see if you can sink into it with a long leg. Belly toward the thigh, chin toward the chest. Back up center. Heel toe the left foot back. And then we'll come all the way down onto our backs. So give yourself just a moment to find your way down. And I'm just now noticing that my sidewalk is slanted, so that could have an effect on my balance. See if you can go ahead and rock side to side in the knees, releasing any tension and winding your body down. But notice if your mind begins to wander away and think about what's next or what you're doing after the class. And see if you can just bring your focus back to your feet as the pressure in your feet kind of changes from side to side. And then your focus can be on your hips as you feel the weight of the floor against the back body, against your glutes, maybe through your lower back. And really just connect to your body. Maybe you rock the head side to side, the opposite direction of your knees. And just let yourself feel good. We'll take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then back to center. Let's lift our feet off the floor and draw our knees up and back toward ourselves. Maybe it's not this far back for you, that's okay. But you want to definitely have your shoulders relaxed. So if they're pulling all the way forward, then you want to find a place where they can be somewhat neutral, but have your lower back stretched. We'll pause here. Maybe we open the knees out and away, taking the knees away from the center line and then back center, opening into little circles or big circles. Find your breath, stay connected to your body. Tuck your chin so it's not reaching for the sky. We'll bring our knees back in and then draw the feet up. Ooh, that feels good. Get nice and long. Maybe press through those heels. Toes draw back toward you. Maybe you even take the legs apart a little bit. Relax into the shoulders, bend into the knee, and just begin to rock the foot, the feet. Maybe you bring the legs wide, taking circles into both ankles. Maybe the arms can rest on the floor. Bringing both legs center, both arms up. We'll take dead bug, rocking into the wrists, the fingers. Stay with your breath. Be where you are. We'll bring the feet down, to the earth. Let the knees fall away from each other, feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Find this moment to receive your practice, the blessings of your practice today. Stay with your breath here, and if you'd like, you can stay in this pose for your Shavasana or traditional Shavasana, bringing the knees together, legs out long. Either way, let your body soften to the earth and take these last few moments to be yourself. Feel free to stay here as long as you want. For those that would like, we can come onto our sides, resting our head on our palms or our arm, and just take a moment to feel any peace throughout your body and experience. And know that you can take this peace with you, this resilience, everywhere you go, and it's available at any time. Whenever you're ready, press yourself up into an easy seated position. I want to thank you all so much for being here today, to be a messy human with me and enjoy an amazing yoga practice, just being ourselves. Until we meet again, the divine in me honors the divine in each of you. Namaste.